Introducing Geriatric Millennials. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because it looks like we've discovered why I'm a grumpy old bastard already. So, Geriatric Millennials. People born in the early 1980s have been dubbed Geriatric Millennials. Could that be why, everyone? And not the fact that I've just had so many daughters and my beard's going grey and I've run a business. Perhaps. So, this here is the generations, everyone. You've got the Millennials, which I'm a part of, born from 81 to 96. You've got the Zoomers from 97 to 2012. And you've got Alpha from the 10s to the mid-2020s. So these are my children, are Alphas. Then before mine, you've got the Gen Xers, 65 to 80. You've got the Boomers, the Silent Generation, the Greatest Generation, and then the Lost Generation. Going back there. So, apparently, those of us that were born in the early 80s are a different type of millennial to the ones born in the 90s. And I could agree with that. I mean, our childhood would be quite different to people born for people born in 81 to people born, what was it, 96. So, yeah, definitely. Let's have a look at this article and see what they have to say. So, people born in the early 1980s have been dubbed Geriatric Millennials. Have now been given their own microgeneration. Okay, so we're a microgeneration. But some are less than impressed with the offensive new label. No, I doubt that. Really, you can't... Can the millennial wokeness go back that far? Honestly, you know, you grew up in the 80s. You don't worry about this type of bullshit. Oh no, I'm a geriatric. Well, you're not working hard enough if you're not tired. Literally today, Rachel was out, so I had the kids, and I had a nap in the middle of the day. I fell asleep there. The kids knocked me out. So, right now I'm completely embracing this title. I think it's awesome. So, if you're born in the early 1980s, it's highly likely you have struggled to define what you are considered Gen X, or define whether you're considered Gen X or a millennial. Yeah, we're different. We've had an analog childhood. This is often a problem for the groups known as microgenerations, born on the cusp of outgoing and new generations. Often these groups are given their own classification to set them apart from other generations. For example, younger millennials, born on the cusp of Gen Z, are often referred to as Zennials. Now, all the millennials, born between 1980 and 85, have been given a brand new term of their own. However, not everyone is impressed with the new label. The group is now considered a geriatric millennial, according to a Medium article published by author Erica Darwin. Geriatric millennials, born between 1980 and 85, are best positioned to lead teams that will thrive in the hybrid workplaces. Okay, so we're positioned to lead teams that will thrive in hybrid workplaces. I guess, you'd have people working from home now and working in the office. It's going to be more dynamic. It's going to change. I've no issues with people working remotely as long as they get the work done. In the article, she says the term perfectly describes the microgeneration. Keep in mind, people in this age group are in their mid to late 30s. Well, I've just hit 40, so I mean, that's middle-aged, isn't it? 40. It all goes downhill from there, guys. I've got nothing left to go bald from. The first time I heard geriatric millennial, I thought it was an oxymoron, sarcastic even. But as I thought more deeply about it, I realized how perfectly it describes so many of us, she wrote. Geriatric millennials are a special microgeneration born in the early 80s that are comfortable with both analog and digital forms of communication. They were the first generation to grow up with technology like a PC in their homes. I'm sure a lot of you who are in the same age group can remember when you first got the internet at home. What do we have? Like, you'd buy it hours per month, like 20 hours a month. You hook in we were lucky we had 2 phone lines. My father got an extra phone line for the fax machine, so it wasn't that annoying when I was on the internet. But you'd hook in the old modem just to get that connection. So, she said she considers herself a geriatric millennial. saying being on the cusp of two generations has allowed those in this group to work across generational divides and proves why they're in the perfect position to lead future hybrid workforces. While she heaps nothing but praise on geriatric millennials, not everyone is in love with the new label. The term geriatric millennial is the most offensive thing I've read on the internet today, one Twitter user wrote. Well, of course it is. Of course it is. You know, through a Twitter user. Not sure which part I found more offensive, geriatric or millennial, wrote another. You know, that's the best name you could come up with. I vote we change the name to vintage millennial. Oh. I vote we kick her out of the club. I'm a proud Gen Xer, and I have to say this geriatric millennial nonsense is straight up offensive. Yeah, because it means you're over the hill then, mate. Even more so. However, others chose to embrace the new term, with some even offering up tips how to determine whether you fit into this new category. Okay. Geriatric millennial actually resonates with me very much. Like, that's exactly how I feel, one person said. Husband and I ate dinner at 4:40 p.m. tonight. So maybe geriatric millennial wasn't as off base as it sounds, another Twitter user wrote. Well, yeah. I mean, Rachel's mother has more of a, you know, a fun life with her husband than we do, going out, adventuring, all these things. You know, I guess it's just we're in suburban. We're in parenting period of our lives. So just found out I'm a geriatric millennial. I embrace this new designation and I implore all of you damn kids to get off my lawn. I'm no geriatric millennial. He insists as he drives into his weekend routine of muesli and crossword. Dives into his weekend routine of muesli and crossword puzzles. The line between geriatric millennial and simply aged millennial is whether you primarily... here we go. You primarily used ICQ or MSN Messenger in your first year of university. Ah, well, I was using ICQ before I remember MSN. You don't use MSN. ICQ. Wow. Or what? IRC. I remember that. I wasn't using it at university. I was using it at high school still. we got onto it real early. For those who refuse to accept the label, you can always go with the much more inoffensive term Zennial. Zennial, not to be confused with Zennial, has been a popular term for years and is a bit of a wider generational range, often used to describe people born between 77 and 83. So, and these are all the different generations. So there we have it, everyone. What are the... Well, there aren't really any solutions or lessons to learn from this, are they? But always be skeptical about these type of things. It's a bit of fun, and I think it does, you know, well, highlight the fact that when you're born, it's going to have an impact on just the way you approach things. That could be why people who are just a few years older than me, some of them are just so certain the whole world is going to come to an end. We've got like months to save the world, and they're just, you know, gluing themselves to the bloody road and doing stupid stuff like that, which just doesn't make any sense. They're probably too young to remember what it was like, all the fear-mongering we had back in the day. Remember acid rain? You know, the dolphins were all going to die, sea levels were going to rise. Oh, we've heard all this stuff before. After a while, you become old enough and you just don't fall for it anymore. So be skeptical. So, thanks for watching, guys. I thought this would be a bit different, a bit fun. And it explains why I'm a grumpy old bastard already. I think it perfectly fits that comment from the viewer. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the variety of content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. Simply liking, sharing, and engaging with the videos is a great way to help it spread. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon if you want to support us financially. You can sign up for SelfWealth or Stake and help us with our share trading. You can use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.